Okay, we got another type of buck beds. These are cedar buck beds, some of the easiest buck beds to make. Today we're in Nebraska building them. The habitat here is hedge, honey locust, and cedar trees. And you can see here what we've done. We've taken the bottom limbs off all these cedar trees in here, but left the outside limbs for our screening cover. And then I've dropped some of the honey locust trees and some of the hedge trees against the live browse of the cedar trees to push them down tight. So we got our screening cover all the way around. We've hollowed out the inside. The key point of this is we're on the right terrain feature for big bucks. In this area there's not much high ground, but we've come up on the side hill here. Above us is the crop ground, and then we got a little bit of a roll, and then down here is the river bottom. And so what we've done again is position the beds in the spots that the bucks can get the most visual, securest spot around. The does are going to bed for food, and the bucks are going to bed for security. So put a log behind them. Put several beds in here. There's a bachelor group been using this area, so I wanted to have 6 or 7 beds in this spot, and then we went over here underneath another group of cedar trees about 50 yards away and put another series of beds, and then we went another 50 yards away and put another series of beds with dropping brush or bigger trees actually in between these groups so that we can separate them at different times of the year. So it's been a hard morning, but we've probably got 15, 18 beds through this piece of the property, and we've thickened it up so that we can get screening cover in here and to be accessing the farm fields on a year-round basis without running these deer out, and to get sunlight in here and something else to grow besides the hedge and the honey locust. The honey locust, we went ahead and spread tordon on them to prevent them from stump sprouting like they do so bad, and hopefully we can get a few of the mulberry to shoot back up through the brush where the deer can't get at it. In this area we got way too many deer for the amount of natural vegetation, so the key again is to get sunlight in here and protect some of the saplings so that it can get up and the deer will have more winter food. So I have other YouTube videos showing how to build buck beds with a crabapple tree and small vegetation. One of them has a hickory tree involved in it. So we've done the cedar tree video. Now this is vegetation that has just naturally fallen over, and it has pushed this hedge tree down to have the umbrella effect, the right canopy. And so what I've done is I've come in here and taken all the small brush out and made my 5-foot long, 3-foot wide flat spot here so that the deer can back up in here. Again, position is the most important thing. Overhead canopy, flat spot, and we want it in a safe location, in an isolated area. Now this is our sanctuary. We don't just go to the middle of the property like a rubber stamp situation and boom, the center of the property sanctuary, then the food plots around that, and then the access to the property around that. What we do is we determine where the bucks want to feel the safest, and we find the right terrain features in there, and we build the buck beds there. So we're going to keep this half acre, 3/4 of an acre our sanctuary from now on, and we're going to keep the vegetation in here at the right successional stage to keep the deer fed and have screening cover and feel comfortable.